and thank you for watching the instructional video on how to add a practice to your APMA Registry provider dashboard. When you log into the APMA Registry, you will be taken to this provider dashboard where it lists your practices. As you can see, there are no practices listed here, and we will need to set up our practice. I'll start by clicking on the Add Practice button in the center of the screen. This will take us to a page where it lists the 5 steps we need to complete in order to successfully set up our practice. We'll need to start by entering the practice name, our tax ID, which is a 9-digit number, provide the practice address, and select your EHR vendor. If you do not note your EHR vendor on this list, please scroll to the bottom where you can select Other and write it in below. Or, if you use paper, you can select None. Once you've completed those required fields, scroll to the bottom, and at the bottom right, click on the blue Next button. This will take you to the second step, which is Add Providers. This page will allow you to add any number of providers to your practice. You will click in the box where it says Look Up by Individual NPI Number, and you will enter the individual National Provider Identification Number for the provider that you would like to add to your practice. When I enter my 10-digit NPI, you can see my name and information comes up below. I want to add myself to the practice, so I'll click on the blue Add to Practice button at the right. I've been added to the practice, but I need to add some additional information, so I will click here to update or confirm your information. I will be providing my email address, my primary practice arrangement, you can select from the choices here, my cell phone number, and your APMA membership status. When selecting Yes, APMA member status, you will be provided a box to type in your APMA member number. Once you've completed all of the required fields on this page, you will go to the bottom right and click the Save button. If you have any additional providers to add to this practice, click in the box to look up by individual NPI number and type in another 10-digit individual NPI for any other providers in your practice. You will need to go through the same process of adding email address, practice arrangement, cell phone number, and APMA membership status for each provider in your practice. Once you have added all of the providers in your practice, you will now be ready to go on to step 3 by clicking the blue Next button on the bottom right of the screen. Step 3 is where we choose our MIPS options. You will choose whether or not you would like to report as an individual or as a group. There's additional information provided below as to what an individual or group submission means, and note that this option can be changed at a later time. If you have more questions about whether or not to report as a group, you can click at the bottom for more information on which to select. Once you've selected individual or group reporting through the APMA Registry, you will click on the blue Next button on the bottom right of the screen. Step 4 is the Business Associate and Data Use Agreement. The agreement is here in the center of the screen that you can scroll through and read, or in the upper right you have an option to print for your records. You can review the agreement in this portal and must type in your name and your title at the bottom of this page before you will be able to accept the terms of the agreement and move on to the final step. Once you click I accept, it's letting you know that you're at step 5 and that you've successfully created your practice. The APMA membership team will confirm your membership status, and you will be notified for further information when you are able to log in again and enter your MIPS data. You can click on the OK button to be taken back to your provider dashboard that lists your practices. Thanks for watching.